Welcome back, everybody, to the ECC. We are here for our third and final match of the day, and we're here in the Vortex. Exciting stuff. It's Orgless and Trinitas eSports are going to be facing off in the last match of the day, of course. I'm still Fade here, and joining me is Muzz in the casting booth. How are you today, my man?
Yeah, I'm good. And yourself, Faded? Nice, fantastic series you guys just did with Hyperion Division 2. It's quite a good series to watch.
Decent series, yeah. I mean, it was a 3-0, and I must say it's up there as one of the more interesting series, you could say. Air of quotes are really needed for that one, but yeah, it was a pretty good, decent series to watch. I hope this one will top it though. I would like a series a day to go further than 3 games, and maybe this could be one as we've seen so far in the Vortex. Actually, across every single series, there's only been one 3-0 sweep. But you know, considering these teams, Orgos have been to Game 5 twice already. Trinitas have pushed it to 4 games twice before. And yeah, Orgos though currently higher up in the standings. They've got 2 wins, no losses, whereas Trinitas are at 1 win and 1 loss. So it's an interesting matchup to say the least. It's really a story of can Orgos continue their run of form and push themselves to provisional first, or can Trinitas maybe drag them down a little bit to more their own level? What are you thinking of it at the moment, Muzz?
Yeah, well, I mean, like you said, kind of pushed to quite deep into the series. 2 Game 5s there from Orgless and then 2 Game 4s coming up from Trinitas. We're going to have to see. Orgless have got the 100% win rate at the moment, sitting second on the log. Trinitas sitting in 4th place with their 50%. Obviously, only 2 games being played thus far in the Vortex League. I think it's going to be close. I think possibly we're looking at Orgless just to pip them. They did go 3-2 against Who and then 3-2 against Dark Cats as well. So they played deep into the series. They got that big match temperament. But we're going to have to see, how it goes. Trinitas maybe sneaking one out. Maybe that Game 4 goes in their favor this evening. They win the big 3-1. We're going to have to see. So any team's game at this point, I think, Faded.
Yeah, I would agree with you. And I think we'll just waste no more time. I think we've really set the scene. We're going to let the players go on their way for the series. And so let's see how this one will go. Can Orgos keep their win streak alive? Let's see it as we kick off with the first game of the series, Force against Trinity on the kickoff crusher. We'll get a light touch to the side, and Goldie already going for an early chance. It is put into the corner by Nugget. Is now his bounce off Clowny actually, and it will go into the half of Trinitas. Crusher now looking for a center, sent it well over the net. Nugget going to try to get it off the corner, which he will do so, but it won't allow his team to continue pressure for the moment as we see Goldie now touching it to the back wall. Crusher will be up for it. Clowny going to try pick this up and make a play here. He is struggling to keep control of this ball, and it allows Force to pounce and get it out, but now it's Force and no bush trying to pre-jump. Goldie will do that and get a lovely touch into Nugget, but Clowny, good speed on that, and the ball hanging in the box of Orgless. They will not be able to get a touch on the first one, but they will now get it out as the opening minute. Seems to be a bit of back and forth action here currently though. Orgless trying to get out, but they will manage to do so as Crusher now generating another chance, but Goldie tips it away.
Yeah, Trinity seems to just hold the possession for quite a bit sometime now. Orgless don't seem to have the ball too much, but that's going to be Crusher. Talking about Orgless not holding the possession, but able to get first blood in our first game of the series. We just saw Trinitas holding position for quite some time. They seemed to be smothering Orgless, and they weren't able to do too much. But of course, a nice loose ball, and Crusher gets his name first on the scoreboard.
Yeah, it does do that indeed. I mean, Trinity was actually in a position to get that, but he wasn't able to react in time and get the touch he needed, and it was all being sailed past him. So it's maybe an unlikely first goal, you could say, but nevertheless, it'll be Orgless. They'll be happy to take the first lead as they had been under a stint of pressure there from the side of Trinitas. So they'll maybe to looking to continue. Right, here comes Nugget down the wing. He will have no boost to follow it up as Goldie now going to try to waste a bit of time. Crusher getting another tap down for us. We'll decide to stay a bit passive on this one. Trinity now putting it into the box. A double commit from Orgless. Clowny going to try to get a touch. He will miss it though, and it will allow Orgless to break out onto the attack. Goldie getting another touch, trying to get it out. Again, it's a shooting chance for Nugget. Clowny will save it off the line as now Trinity goes right, takes the control here. A little awkward for them. No Crusher going to try come in, but now it's looking like a Trinitas transition at the moment as Nugget now. He will swipe the ball away. And now Trinity trying to get it out. And this time, the skills have been tipped a little bit more in favor of Orgless if they've had a couple opportunities going their way onto the net. But now Goldie trying to get a shot, but he just barely missed it down the mark.
Yeah, a little bit more position kind of going on the way here of Trinitas. Bit of a lackluster start from them though, however, not really many of the players on the team except for Clowny Boy breaking that 100 mark at the moment. So not too many touches there coming out from the lads. You know, just like I said, a bit of back and forth action. We've got the one goal here into Orgless, so quiet to start. You know, both these teams, we know they stretched the series. We've got the Game 5 and Game 4s respectively, so I think we're going to probably see a tame Game 1, I would say.
Yeah, I think that's typical of a lot of series, quite honest. It's more like both these teams trying to feel each other out a little bit more, so I'm not expecting a huge amount out of them in Game 1, but as we progress, it will start to heat up more as the teams figure each other out. As that double commit from Orgless, Fours will be able to at least slow it down a little bit, allow his teammates to reset here. Now, Crusher up for it, gets a touch into center for Nugget. He does beat out Trinity, though. And it's now Nugget going to try to go for this again. Clowney has a clear beat, though. So Fours with a backboard touch. Goldie is awkward up to this moment. Crusher has a shot towards the crossbar. And now Trinity will get a boomer down the field. Fours will be up to cover for it, though. Now trying for that double. Goldie will tap it into center. Clowney, what can he do with this? Seemingly not a lot, especially if he's going to be bumped out like that. Now Trinity within a 50-50. Fours will clear it out. It's now, it will be decided Trinitas are looking for a chance here, but Orgless is able to clear it out every single time at the moment. And, you know, if Trinitas want to get themselves on the board, they're maybe going to have to do something a little bit more creative, because the current approach is a little bit lackluster, you could say, but they did have a excellent chance there. Goldie will put it just high, though.
Yeah, unfortunately, just that crossbar, fourth man back, keeping out Trinitas and stopping them from getting their equalizer on the board. Yeah, definitely feeling each other out. Very much just a kind of slow Game 1, not too much pressure being applied from either side. You know, of course, that earlier kind of very soft goal that got scored in by Crusher. So no one really attacking too aggressively or nothing too definitive. Yeah, we did have Trinitas now pushing the ball, but of course, unfortunately, in that crossbar. So, you know, great for Orgless that they've got that kind of pseudo fourth man back. And of course, as we now under the 30-second mark, hopefully we're going to see the rest of this series just pick up in a little bit more pace and intensity, you know, as we do see Orgless potentially taking this Game 1.
Yeah, and they're on track to do that unless Trinitas can do something with this ball, but seemingly it won't be enough, as now it is a high touch from Fours. If they can keep the ball up, Trinitas can maybe get back at this one. As Trinity has a forward ball, it's looking decent for him. Fours has full possession, lovely touch. Goalie trying to pre-jump, but he does get a forward touch into Clowney. Actually, could be a chance. Oh, it's a backward again, but he really had to try and get that one on target, and that will touch the ground. So Orgless, you know, with a one goal margin, take the first game, but honestly, it was a pretty close affair overall, really. But you know, from the first game, it's to be expected. You know, each team not having that many opportunities, you could say, not much extended pressure. Really just trying to test the waters there, and really with that one goal being on just a breakaway from the side of Orgless, there's not really much to really speak of at the moment, Mons.
Nah, not too much at all. You know, we've got the 6 shots here coming out from Trinitas. They tried their best. They didn't have the most position in the world. I think, you know, Orgless kind of starving them a bit. Of course, like you said, that kind of loose ball from Crusher went in. He took 3 shots himself. So definitely had a couple cracks on goal, but, you know, not the best conversion rate. And then, of course, the 6 shots coming out from Trinitas. And, of course, you know, 0 conversion rate from them as well. So, yeah, definitely a slow Game 1. Hopefully the rest of the series is going to pick up. Maybe we get the Game 4, Game 5 that both these teams are used to. But I don't know, maybe if the rest of the series is like Game 1, then maybe Orgless kind of comfortably take it 3-0. We're going to have to see if they do pick up the momentum just a little bit.
Yeah, we would have to see that from them. You know, they can't rely on just a loose ball like that to net them a goal. They need to be doing a little bit more. Maybe this could be it. It's not going to try to take it under Trinity that time. And it's actually an open net. So Trinitas, straight off an instant counter, will get their first goal of the series as a whole. And that's quite the way for Trinitas to open it up.
Yeah, Nugget unfortunately didn't have all the control in the world. He got beaten just in the key. And then, of course, Golden just waiting on the other side to pick up that ball. You know, no offsides in Rocket League. You know, he was well within his rights to be there. So nice first blood going to Trinitas.
It will be, and that's a triple commit coming out from the side of Orgless, so a little bit shaky there. We will get out of it without being punched. As Trinity having a little tough time on his goal line. And it will be Crusher to try and develop a chance. Now, Nugget diving in for that one. It will be a 3-man attack goal. He tried for that flip reset, lays it off for Clowney. He attempted that shot, but it will not amount to anything. Trinity now with a forward touch. Crusher's going to try drop it down, but you see now Goldie having possession. No one challenging just yet from Orgos as Goldie trying to take his time. Is off the waterfall there, bouncing outwards. As now Clowney gets a touch in, but Force will be able to get to it. But Trinitas still having that pressure. It's now Orgos that need to get out, but at the moment, Trinitas have that midfield on lockdown as Nugget gets a touch over to Crusher, and that will allow them to develop another chance. But really, Crusher was looking to make a pass back in the centre, but couldn't do much with it. Is there a whiff from Force? Allow Goldie a chance. He's going for a demo again. Clowney dropping it down into the box, and Trinity will punish off of that once it's down.
Yeah, I think this started way back when Nugget had that awkward ball into the wall and pumped it into the middle of the field and just allowed Trinitas to get, quickly back on the counter attack. Golden 79 was able to get over one, and then of course just bringing it down from the crossbar into his teammate. So nice, perfect counter attack, and now it's going to be Nugget with the rebuttal. Oh, very quick one indeed there, Faded.
Oh yeah, absolutely. Straight off the kickoff. That was perfection for Force. He perfectly countered it and launched it to the side. And the shape there was crucial from Nugget to get that open net. And so you don't see goals like that very often in threes. But I mean, if your kickoff is that good, then they will take it. So Orgo's quick to respond now, and they put themselves back within one, as they have been struggling to generate chances thus far in this game. But now they will have an opportunity here as Nugget actually fakes that one. But we won't have a teammate to follow up as now Force a weak shot on net. Clowney going to try pick this one up. Nugget diving in again. And it's out onto the side. Now going to take some of the boost away from Trinitas. Force forcing a 50-50. Crusher up for it again. Puts it over to Nugget. No one up to contest just yet. So Clowney goes up for it, but he almost dropped into his own net. And Nugget actually drops onto it. Quite the read coming out from him. And that'll be the equalizer, was.
Absolute beautiful player. Nugget just knows he has to kind of continue his trajectory. Carries on there, gets a second touch and pops it into the bottom left-hand corner. So yeah, beautiful play there from Nugget. Kind of decent solo play, great aerial control. And there's the equalizer.
Yeah, there is equalizer indeed. And they're already getting another shot off kickoff. As Clowney was forced to put it away. Now Nugget, wonderful drop into the center. Trinity has to save it off the line, but I'm not sure if that's going to be enough. Clowney though gets a piece of it and will manage to get it away. On the counter now, Trinity putting it onto the backward. Crusher, what can he do with this? He puts it into the center for Force. He's going to try go for his double tap, but goalie has it covered. And now here comes Nugget. Infield to Crusher. Way too much power on that one though. Trinity will be able to get 50-50, but Force good speed on it. Clowney is awkward as an open net, and Nugget off the post, but a little bit scary for himself. But that's a hat trick for him, and it's a lead for the side of Orgless.
Yeah, Nugget's having quite a superb game right now. This is kind of the fourth shot he's already taken with the 3 goals. So super decent conversion rate. He's getting up high offensively the whole time. He's just playing off his teammates, either a really decent rebound off the back of the wall or just someone's playing center field to him. Great positioning.
Yeah, brilliant stuff from Nugget. I mean, his teammates are doing an equally good job of setting him up, but he's able to put those shots away when he needs to. So very good stuff from Nugget to bring his team back up into the lead in this game after they started 2-0 down. They've got 2.25 minutes left. Force now going up for this. A touch into the back won't do much for them. He gets Trinity possession, but now Force interfering with the play. Crusher cuts in. Very good from him, but he is forced to get possession up inevitably as now. Force off the corner wall. What can he do with it? Forward into Crusher. And you can see here Nugget now with the pass into Crusher. Again, it's an open net and Force nicks it off the goal line. Very cheeky from him, but nonetheless, it's 40 here for Orgless.
Just the awkward stop there from Golden 69. It, kind of blocked it with the bottom of his chassis there in the middle of the field. Then, of course, he just had blue all over him. And yeah, it wasn't too difficult for Orgless to put that one in the back of the net. Oh, Forza.
What? Ooh, man.
Wow.
Well,
I mean, the floodgates faded. The floodgates are potentially opening here as Orgless pick up a very quick second there.
Christ. My man absolutely slams that. No chance of stopping it. Jeez, Force. And you're right, the floodgates have opened, but absolutely spot on. I was going to say it actually before goal 4 went in, and that's the fact that, yeah, look at this. 6-2 now. I mean, Orgless have really picked up the pace, and that's what we wanted to see out of them for that first game. It was very slow, and they were playing almost the pace of Trinitas. But as soon as they pick up the pace, they play a faster game of Rocket League, then they'll be able to run over them. And so 2-0 down, 6 goals unanswered, and still a minute and a half to go. I mean, it's a standard performance here from Orgless at the moment. And, you know, for Trinitas, I don't think they're going to come back into this game. They've got to look forward to game 3 at this point.
Yeah, I do agree. It's definitely with the 4-goal deficit, it's quite tough. You know, they're down before, and it's so difficult because you look at Trinity. Trinity's having quite a stellar of a time with the 4 saves and 3 shots. You know, so he's getting around the park, both offensively and defensively. He's doing so much work, and just it's so unfair that the scoreline doesn't really reflect it. You know, the 4-goal deficit is so tough when you're absolutely just, you know, trying to keep your team afloat.
Yeah, absolutely. So, really, for Trinitas, you just got to look past this, and they were not really in it, you know, for a lot of this game. After the comeback start from Orgless, it was really just a snowball effect there. So into game 3, they will go being 2-0 down as of current. I'm going to ask you, before we actually head into this game, seeing as this one's starting to die down, you know, what will it take for Trinitas to come back into this game? Because now 2-0 down, it's going to be a very tough task for them to build themselves back into this series. They nearly had a chance there. But really, what will it take? Because at the moment, this Orgless side is really looking on fire and could be on track to sweep the series at this point.
I mean, I think we're going to have to just block a couple of the passes going and Nugget up in the front. Maybe just try break those transitional passes, make sure they can't, you know, get the ball too cleanly up to the front of him. Maybe a bit of bumps and demos as well. You know, you got to make sure that the striker up front, right, isn't doing his work. And of course, you know, Crusher and Forza are getting so many clean balls out to Nugget. Also, maybe some better defensive rotations, you know, make sure it's clean at the back. We saw Golden 69 with that awkward kind of under chassis stop. You know, just kind of better kind of clearing from them and making sure the ball gets out. And then, of course, just breaking any type of passes to Nugget, because he's definitely, you know, if the ball gets onto his nose, it gets into the back of the net. So they definitely need to try to keep him out.
Yeah, definitely. Like, Nuggets look like their biggest threat, and, you know, with Forza Crusher able to find, you know, good quality touches over to him, I mean, you know, that point is really game over for them. And, you know, Trinitas, yes, they had their shots in that game, but it just wasn't enough. They, you know, after the first minute, I'd say they've not really had much else to say in this one. It's just been all Orgless. So, you know, as you said, Muzz, I do agree, you know, being able to cut out those passing lanes, not allow them to get these touches out to each other, and also maybe getting some of those demos and trying to shut down Nugget in particular, who's you know, had a top quality game there. I mean, you know, 4 goals and 4 saves as well. Really doing a lot of work for this Orgless side. So 2-0 for Orgless, and they could be on for the sweep here. So it's a tough task for Trinitas again, who you can maybe consider underdogs in this division as a whole. So it's going to be a big game coming up here for Trinitas.
Yeah, pretty tough for them right now. Maybe a bit of boost starving as well. Pick up the center boost. Make sure they aren't able to pick up those big hundreds on the side of the field, and so that you can just kind of slow them down already before they pass that halfway mark. If you can do that, you know, control boost, keep a little more possession of the ball. Don't clang it downfield too much. And then, you know, if you can stop any of the passes being fed to Nugget, then you should hopefully have a bit of a better chance.
Yeah, definitely. So well into the third game here. We're just kicking things off as we are seeing Nugget going to get a touch out to Force, and now he's going to try to put it to the corner. Clary gets a cross touch over to Goldie, and that's a boomer of a hit there, but Nugget still had it red. As now passive play is coming up for Trinitas. Trinity is going to be up for this. The shot's the bottom right, and the defense, because we're not able to deal with that. We're a bit scrambly, and it will be Trinitas again taking the first goal.
Yeah, and so there's all that hard work from the previous game for Trinity now finally coming to the fore. You know, he was working so damn hard. He had the 5 shots a lot earlier with so many saves, and just his team was down by so much. And now, of course, you know, first goal going to Trinity, and well deserved, because I think he's really been, you know, struggling hard to try to just break through. And of course, you know, first goal going to them, so that's well deserved.
Yeah, very well done. You know, Trinity is definitely being one that's been doing a lot for this Trinitas side. So For him to get that first goal, that's definitely going to be a big confidence boost for him, as we've just passed the first minute here, and it will be Orgless back on the attack as goalie and Clowney up for that. That's not what they want, as now Nugget goes for a shot, puts it into the left side, and that bump coming out as well from Crusher was huge, and Orgless back within it pretty quickly.
Yeah, that's the thing. Nugget here, wide open. Of course, you got Crusher there as well. He didn't get the bump on Trinity, but I mean, just kind of bit of a loose, awkward ball coming, you know, from that far wide, and no one really marking the man. I mean, no shadow in, and then of course, no one tried to close the gap on him.
Yeah, definitely that was the case there. So Orgless not wasting any time to get themselves back into this game. As we're seeing Fours having another chance, maybe onto the backboard. Clowney had it red. It's now Crusher will send it into the side wall. Going to try follow it up by himself. He gets a touch into Fours again. A high ball. Here goes Nugget for the finisher. He will do so. The pressure is unrelenting for the side of Orgless at this rate.
I mean, right? So you see, like, the whole team gets played there. Crusher falls at a Nugget, of course. Golden 79 that tries to run in, get the block. It doesn't happen. You know, of course, we were singing his praises in the last game, but of course now it's 2 for 2. So 100% striking right now from Nugget. I mean, this is the guy. You got to demo him. You got to try bump him. You got to cut out those passes. You got to do something. But you know Nugget's going to shoot and score. You have to close him down.
Yeah, definitely. And, you know, it's a case of, you know, Trinitas maybe need to pick up the pace a little bit on defense, especially. And, you know, to try and beat out these Orgless players, make sure they're not getting those passes, those touches that they are struggling to deal with. At the moment, it's now Trinity trying to generate a chance here. Clowney has a shooting chance, and there they have it. The equalizer does come out for them finally. Trinity makes a pretty decent play here. You see, the smallest of touches really messing up, and that bump from goalie as well really paid dividends for them. And so, with exactly 2 minutes to go, Muzz, you know, Trinitas do finally get another goal on the board.
Yeah, and just a bit of an awkward double, the double defense coming out there from Orgless as Forza and Nugget in the box, you know, the double commit, and of course, you know, Trinity getting that second touch on the ball is pretty decent, maybe a bit of confusion for the defense, and then of course Clowney Boy coming in to finish. So great equalizer there, well deserved, and of course sometimes that double commit in the box is usually more detrimental than it is good.
Yeah, absolutely. Well said there. As now halfway into this game, we're all tied up, so maybe not the position we expected coming into this game, but it is the case. But Crusher being the last man, and that's going to be an open net for us. Doesn't even need to finish it that time. Crusher gets himself on the boards here, and that demo was really nice from Nugget, and really for Trinity. You can't blame him. He has to try and block that one out, and Clowney, that respawn not wasn't favouring him either, and so will be Orgless quick to get themselves back in the lead this time.
Yeah, I mean, this is the do or die moment here for Trinitas, because they know this can potentially be the series game and the sweep for Orgless. I mean, they have to play the absolute hearts out. You know, we've seen a great Rocket League coming at you from Trinitas now with their 2 goals. Decent demo there as well. I mean, it's almost, you know, Orgless is sitting here at the safety net. They know they can force the game forward. You know, there's no worries at all, but definitely Trinitas have to pick up the momentum a little bit and make sure they just capitalize on the mistakes coming out from Orgless and try, you know, get a bit more forward ball going.
Yeah, definitely. And that was a quality save coming out from goalie there, and so, you know, he left it late, we will admit that, but he was able to find it, and so you need to break out now. You only have 90 seconds to work with on the clock, as goalie's now starting a chance with Nugget at it perfectly red and winning the 50-50 as well. It's going to give Crusher an opportunity, but that won't amount to much at the moment. So Goldie with a touch high. Nugget is going to be up for it. Goldie again putting it down. They do find themselves in the half of Orgless at the moment, as that is a touch into the box here. Now Fours will have to make the clearance. It is high again. Clowney really needs to get the beat here. He does, but it's straight into an Orgless defender. Now Goldie offer again forces it into his own corner. But at the moment, the Trinitas are struggling for chances. They are starting to find time in the side of Orgless, but they are not able to get the shots on net that they need. You know, Orgless are really confident trying to shut those chances early for them, but they had a chance there. Trinity try to get back into Clowney, but now it will be a reset here. 40 seconds left to go in the game.
Oh, and there it is, Forza. So, and, you know, just when you think it's going to be Trinitas keeping their hopes and dreams alive, Forza gets a great ceiling shot, just skims it. Oh, actually gets post as well, and of course Clowny Boy not able to get back on that one. That's gonna be the 2-goal deficit faded, and I don't know. So with 38 seconds left, can we pick up 2 quick goals?
Maybe, but I would say that would be, as against the amount of players you can get, really, especially if Forza's going to go for a shot like this. So it's going to take something monumental here for Trinitas here, but they got to pick up the pace here. And Nugget is wasting no time to shut down the opportunities as time is very low for Trinitas. I think, at this rate, it's going to be pretty much impossible for them to get back into it. As much as I'd love to see them try make a comeback at this rate, it's not going to happen. As now the final goal of the series probably from Nugget, another hat trick for him. This man has been on fire for the Orgless side.
Yeah, Nugget has had such an exceptional series. We kind of just, it's almost been easy this evening because we just had to talk about him and he's had such a great time. And of course, Crush and Forza really feeding Nugget such phenomenal balls, whether it was decent passes or they had the rebounds coming off the back of the net. But yeah, Nugget, and like you said, second hat trick already of the series in the evening. So, what a phenomenal play from Orgless. They do 3-0 Trinitas, so they're going to keep their 100% win rate. That is 3 for 3. Probably going to the top of their leaderboard as well.
Yeah, I think they will definitely be at the top of the leaderboard. So if I have a really quick look at the standings, as of now, yeah, they will go into provisional first for this week. Of course, there's the likes of 1-2 4Q sort of play, but that 3-0 sweep is going to help, especially with game difference. As we said, Orgless went to game 5 in their 2 previous series, so to get a sweep like that is going to be really good for them going forward. Whereas Trinitas is going to be falling quite far down the standings from that, unfortunately for them. So Trinitas, they put up some fight, yes, but Orgless were the clear better team on the day. It was a spectacular performance from all 3 of them, to be honest. Of course, Nugget being that key striker there, starting away those chances. But overall, they looked like a well-oiled machine, I must say. After that first game, they really put on a brilliant performance.
Yeah, no, superb performance and Nugget having such a stellar time. But of course, Vortex League, a lot of games left to play. This was only the 3rd series, so I think a lot more time for Trinitas eSports there to come back, and hopefully, this is not going to be kind of the end of the road for them. And of course, Orgless, going from strength to strength, 3 for 3 right now. So they've got I2 Far Q at the top as well. Should be able to, like you said, go number 1 on their leaderboard, depending on what the others are going to do and if they lose their next match. But yeah, fantastic series, great sweep, and yeah, lots more Vortex League ahead of us though. So
Yeah, absolutely. And I'm looking forward to seeing more of the Vortex going forward. But I think that'll wrap us up for tonight. Of course, that was our last series of the day. And in the end, all 3 series were led to sweeps. So it's been a nice, easy day for us casters here. So hopefully we'll get some more games next time we have a stream, of course. I'm not sure when the next stream will be. Maybe we'll have one this weekend. We will see about that. But that is us for tonight. Muzz, do you want to have any more words here before we go off?
no, not at all, Freddy. That is everything. What a fantastic series to watch. ECC Season 8, fantastic Vortex League. Highest league of Rocket League there is here on Slipstream, was fantastic. Nope, Faded was great.
It was great, Muzz. Thank you very much for joining me. And thanks to everyone in the chat for joining us for tonight's games. I hope you all enjoyed. Of course, a big thanks to Thunder Lad in the background for pushing the buttons and doing all the fantastic production stuff. And that will be us for tonight. Of course, thank you again for watching, everyone. And we will see you all again next time for more Rocket League action. Have a good night.